Hello, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about 9.5, which discusses the volumes of pyramids. A pyramid is a shape that has one base and the sides all come up into a single point. If you consider a cube, which might look something like this, we've talked about how to find the volume of a cube, and all we did there is we found the area of the base of the cube, which would be this red square down here at the bottom. We found the area of that square and then just multiplied it by the height of the cube. And to find the total volume, it would look like this, capital B for base times the height. Again, base is the area of this entire square at the bottom. Well, instead of a cube, now we're dealing with a pyramid. So if you can imagine, all we're doing is taking this solid cube, imagine it's made of wood, and we're shaving off chunks of it to turn it into a pyramid. So all of these chunks in the corners are going away, leaving you only with that pyramid. So we started with the volume of a cube, but we took off big pieces of it and made it less. So my volume of the pyramid that remains is only 1/3 of the original cube, which is capital B for base times the height. So reading our words, the volume V of a pyramid is 1/3 of the product, which means we're multiplying, of the area of the base, that's our capital B, and the height, which is h, of the pyramid. So your formula then is volume equals 1/3 B, where B is the area of the base, times h, which is the height of the pyramid. To find the volume of the pyramid, the first thing we're going to do is write down our formula. Again, V equals 1/3 base times height. If we look to the pyramid to the right, they give us B. The area of your base here is already given to us. B equals 48 millimeters squared. So then all we need to do is find our height. Height drops straight from the point of your pyramid perpendicular to the ground, or meaning it makes a 90-degree angle. So where this little red square is, that connects your height of your pyramid with the base of your pyramid. So my height, h, is going to equal 9. All I'm going to do now is substitute or plug in those numbers. V equals 1/3 of my base, which is 48, times my height, which is 9. 1/3 of 48, when I multiply these two, I get 16 times 9. And when I multiply 16 times 9, I end up with 144 millimeters. And since we're talking volume, we cube it. If we're talking area, we have millimeters squared, but if we're talking volume, our units are cubed or raised to the 3rd power. So volume of the pyramid to the right is 144 cubic millimeters. Example 2. First thing I'm going to do is write down my formula. V equals 1/3 of the base times the height. First thing I'm going to do is start off by finding the base of my pyramid. My base is a rectangle. So that means that B, capital B, is going to equal length times width. The area of a rectangle can be found by length times width. So this rectangle on the ground of my pyramid has a length of 3 and a width of 4. So my capital B, my base, is equal to 3 times 4, which is 12. The only other thing I need now that I've found capital B, or my base, is to find the height of my pyramid. The height of my pyramid goes from the peak straight down, making a 90-degree angle with the ground. So this little red box here tells us that's a 90-degree angle. Therefore, this red line is my height. So my h is equal to 7. Now the only thing we need to do is plug things in. I've got volume is equal to 1/3 of the base, and my base is 12, so 1/3 of 12 times 7. 1/3 of 12 is 4. When I multiply these two, I get 4 times 7 is 28. My units are feet, and since this is volume, I have it to the 3rd power. So the volume of this pyramid is 28 cubic feet. The next one I have is letter B. In letter B, we're still finding the volume of a pyramid, so I'm still going to use my formula where V equals 1/3 of the area of the base, which is capital B, times height. So off to the left, I'm going to first find the area of my base. In order to do that, we need to identify the base as a triangle. So looking at the base, I see this triangle here. The area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So capital B is going to equal 1/2 the base of the triangle little b times h. In my base, I need the base and the height of that triangle. Looking for where the two segments are perpendicular or 90 degrees, I see that right here where that red box is. The two lines that connect there are the 6 and the 17.5, which means in this blue triangle on the ground, my base and my height are 6 and 17.5. So I've got 1/2 of 17.5 times 6. It'll be a little easier for me to do 1/2 of 6, which is 3 times 17.5. And when I multiply 3 and 17.5, I get 52.5. Now the only thing I'm missing for my formula, I have my capital B. The only thing I'm missing is my height. So we're going to look to the peak of our pyramid, which is up here. And the height goes straight down, making a 90-degree angle with the base. So my height is going to be 10. H equals 10. I go plug those numbers in. So V equals 1/3. My base is 52.5 times my height, which is 10. It'll be just a little bit easier for me to multiply 52.5 and 10. All I have to do is move my decimal over once. So V equals 1/3 of 525. 1/3 of 525 is going to be 175. So the volume of my pyramid is 175. My units are meters cubed. For our last slide, I've got 3 questions that I'd like for you to practice on your own. You can go ahead and find the rest of these notes on Google Classroom, but I would like for you to take a moment to practice them on your own before you look up the answers in the notes on Google Classroom. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.